Hi everyone, I'm Joanne. Welcome to my craft room. So today I'm going to work on some Christmas cards, and I tend to make my cards every year. I don't make them for everyone, but I make them for a good amount of people. So this is actually my card this year. It's the Cardinals. It's really pretty. It has that raised up snow, and I just love it. But I have to tell you, I'm not feeling super motivated doing it, and I don't know why. I just can't seem to get it together on those. So I was at Smithville, which is in New Jersey. It's a cute little village, and I found these vintage images. That guy's so creepy. Anyhow, they were 12 for $4.99, so I purchased them. They weren't a company or anything, so I can't link it. I've definitely seen a lot of these images before, so they're out there somewhere. But they're actually too big for a regular sized card. So my friend really loved that one. And I said, "Oh, I'll make a Christmas card, and that's kind of for you." And I'm like, "That's how this kind of began." So if you take a regular size piece of cardstock, in this case, I'm using craft paper, cut it down at 5.5, and then score it 4 1/4. You have a regular card size. But these images are way too big for it. So I decided to shrink them down on my new printer, and I think it worked out pretty well. I spend a lot of time trying to figure out the layering of the card. I really like the red behind it. I thought originally I wanted to put music paper behind it, but it kind of washed out. So I didn't like that. I really do like the red. I'm kind of just showing you my process here. I thought maybe like a cream color, and it was too light. And then the cardstock comes in a lighter color, even though I don't have much of it. And I thought, well, maybe that'll work. And again, it just washes the image out, and I decided not to use it. Now, it doesn't look so bad behind the red, but do I even try that? The green I don't like. I think I like the red. But I do audition it out, and I thought it looked good, but I think it was too solid. I think under that red background, under the red, excuse me, I felt like I needed a pattern. I'm just showing you, my cat was eating this and I had to take it away from him. I did speed up this video some because I spent so much time just trying to figure out the layering. Now, once I have this down, the process moves really quickly, and I had to continue the next day. I love that little deer and that little girl. My lighting started to go bad on me. It started to get dark out. But I have all this paper, Christmas paper, that some pads, so I thought, well, maybe I can use that. I had even cut down a piece of cardstock, took a 1/4 of an inch off, and it looks good like that. And it would fit in an envelope. It would just be like a 1/4 of an inch too short on the one side, and that would fit perfectly fine. But I thought maybe I'd put something pattern behind it. So I have these, 6x6, and I think this one's 6x8, or 8x8. I don't know what size, it doesn't matter. Now I like that one, but it gets kind of washed out next to the craft paper. So I end up pulling a bunch out from my different pads. And again, I'm just going to try them out or audition them behind there. I think this one looks good. But you'll see later on I use that behind, I think, a different card. I don't think I do a second one like that. So part A here is just me trying to figure out my process, not my process, but I'm showing you my process, but what I do to try to figure this out. I used to be a card maker, and that's how I started getting into paper crafting. And, sizing and cutting used to be, I didn't even have to think about it. But it's been a while. I don't make that many cards anymore. I mean, I made some Halloween ones, and, I make my Christmas ones, but I used to make cards all the time. I really like that. It's pretty. I think I have a different. That's pretty too. I like the red behind it. Maybe a little too busy. So again, I'm just trying different papers out. This is why I had to speed up the video, because it's such a process that I put myself through. I even say at one point, don't overthink it, Joanne, and I'm completely overthinking all of it. This is the one I end up deciding on. I think it looked really good on that. Just wanted to double check myself and make sure that one was it. Of course, I'm never satisfied, but I decide to go regular size card and cut it down and layer this together. And I just want to, since I'm working with a 5.5 by 4.25 card, I want to cut down that pattern paper to 5.25 and 4. It leaves a little bit of a border. It's like I said, it was a while since I've done this, so I had to think it through a little bit. And even now, after I've made a bunch of them, today I continued. I just know the measurements again. And yeah, I'm going to layer that on there. I actually cut it too short. I think I did it 5 by 3 3/4, which was too small. But you want a piece that's 5.25 by 4. So I did have another piece of that paper, and I cut it down properly the second time. I can always use the first one for something else, not worried about it. I try not to hoard paper and use it, which I use a lot of it in this project. So yeah, that fits a lot better in the red and the little girl on the top, and I think it looks great. So I do ink around the red and the pattern paper and the cardstock, and I did ink around the images. I have to get that out of there. You're not even going to see what I'm referring to at the end here, but or maybe I'll leave it in. I said right before that I don't want to overthink all this, and if you had seen the original voice recording, I totally overthought it all. But yeah, so I just ink around everything, even the card base. Now later on with my cards, I'm going to tell you that I stopped inking around the red. I liked it a little more clean looking. There were a few cards I forgot to ink around the pattern paper, but it all works out beautifully. After I make this one card, it's getting dark out, and I do stop, and I said I'm going to make the rest of them the next day, but I think it actually ended up being 2 days later. And I made a bunch of them really quickly, because once I got it down, it worked out really, really easily. So when I come back after this first part, the second part's in kind of real time, and me speaking as I'm showing you the cards that I made this morning. I always use tape runner with making cards, but I don't know why I decided to try to glue it. I guess because I was out of practice and I thought I'd have some wiggle room, and I kind of struggled with centering these on camera. It's just hard. The angle's weird, and it's just, again, I'm not making a lot of cards and layering lately, so what used to be very easy for me and, almost without thinking, I struggled a little bit here. I decided I didn't even like this glue. I know there's a crafter that I watch that loves that glue, and it's the only thing she'll use, and I just am not a big fan of it, but I thought it would work and give me some wiggle room on the card. And it did, but I think I even switch over to art glitter glue. And I think at the very end, I go back to tape runner, which is how I made all the ones this morning, except I ran out and I had to order more. And I ended up going back to gluing some of them because I didn't have the tape runner. But again, I'm struggling, trying to position this. And I want it to be perfect, or at least close to perfect. I don't want any obvious, one side's showing more than the other, or the top or the bottom. So again, I'm still not happy with it. And it's angle. It's angle and being on camera. I really kind of ripped through the cards this morning. So once I get that on there, I'm going to pull out the tape runner. Is that what you call them, tape runners? I don't know why I'm questioning myself. Feels like it's just slightly off. Nope, art glitter glue for the win. It's not for the win at all. I totally go back and put, I use the tape runner. You'll see that in a second. First of all, this isn't even coming out well. But I like art glitter glue better than that mono clear stuff. So I get it glued down. And of course, I don't like how I positioned it. It just didn't look straight to me. Art glitter glue dries really quickly, which is one of the things that I like about it, except that I wasn't centered, and I'm like, forget this. Let me just go back to what I'm familiar with when I make cards. And I just use my tape runner, and the tape runner saves the day. And in the end, the card turned out really, really nice. I love it. My friends are really going to love this one. And then I show you what I do then is I take like a piece of cream cardstock, or it would be white if there was white in the card, but I cut that down to 5 1/4 by 4. And that's what I'll end up stamping my sentiment on. And I'll end up adhering it into the inside of the card, once I do the sentiments. But I'm just going to put it in there for now and just have it in there so that after I stamp the sentiment and it's straight, then I'll tape runner it in the inside. And then I'll put my little created by me. All right, and I'll be back in a minute with all the cards that I ended up making, and I love how they turned out. I'm just showing you the original image versus mine, and I talk about that a little bit more in my next video, and how I adjusted things with my printer. But I just love it, and I think it turned out fabulous. I had to abandon card making my first day because it got too dark, and the lighting in my craft room's terrible. I need to work on that. But anyhow, I picked it up again, and I just want to show you some of the ones I made. This one, another one of them. I think that might be my original one. Let me see. Yeah, because this morning I was fooling around with my new printer, and I figured out how to get a better image. I had to switch a setting, which I didn't know existed, but they both look really good through the camera frame. But this one's actually a lot lighter. Am I going to trash this? No. Is it tempting? Yes, because I'm a perfectionist to a point. So I just cut out the inside papers. I'm not going to put them in yet until I stamp the image and make sure it's straight and perfect. And then I have this one, and then here's the girl again. This is a better one than this, but one thing I did stop doing through the whole project was I stopped inking around the red. I only inked around the image and around the outside paper. I kind of like that better. Again, this is still good. It's still going to go to somebody. Whoever the recipient is not going to look at that and go, oh, there's a better print quality or anything like that. So once I got rolling on these, I whipped most of these out really fast today. And I'm telling you, I switched over to tape runner, which is what I used to always use, and it works so fast. But I ran out, so I have to get more. I'm going to put this project aside for today. I love, these are me, and I really am enjoying making them. I found the cardinal card kind of like a chore, so I'm going to abandon it for this year. I have a couple, I think, made. I'll probably give one to my mom. But anyhow, these are going to be my cards. And so I'm going to roll with this, and it's going to go really quickly, and it's fun. I like doing it. I'm happy with the result. So that's going to be it. You know, sometimes, like, why do we continue with something that's, you know, feeling like a chore? Maybe you don't, but I was, and I didn't feel motivated. And these I feel super motivated to make, and I love them. So anyhow, have a great day, everyone. Thumbs up if you liked my video. Comments and questions below always helps push it out in the YouTube world. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm almost at 1,000 subs, and I'm going to have an appreciation giveaway, which may be the next video. This is going to post on Saturday, tomorrow. I'm going to clean, like I said, clean this up for now. I want to work on I have my December daily, but I'm also doing Tracy Fox's December daily, and today's the 1st, and I don't want to get behind, so I want to work on that a bit, and then I'll come back to cards sometime. All right, I'm trying to talk fast so the video doesn't get too long, but have a great day, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.